Hi Leo, welcome to your week ahead reading. This is for week commencing the 2nd of June, and I can't believe I'm actually saying June already. Anyway, let's get on with your reading. We're going to ask, thank you, for 2 crystal cards. Now, these crystal cards are very, very light in colour with the words on, so I will read them. I just realised there was one left behind there. I'm going to have to take that as well, because I was obviously meant to see that. Ooh, look at these. So we have 2 green crystals and they're like a amethysty looking crystal. Okay, so we've got jade. It says be the bigger person. We've got lepidolite. Recall your dreams. And we've got it's time to transform, malachite. Look at that, Leo. Incredible. Recall your dreams. Now, that could literally mean recall your dreams. Have a look at what you're dreaming about. Is there a message behind there? Is there a reason? Is somebody trying to connect with you? But it can also mean what you used to have aspirations about. Let's have a look. Okay, we are going to use the light Seers for your reading, and then we're going to clarify with traditional Ryder Waite, or it's the radiant Ryder Waite. Anyway, let's have a look. Oh, I wanted to come out. Oh. Right, Leo. So, dear spirit guides and angels, please join me in this reading for Leo and make it helpful, hopeful, and healing. Did I say Cancer at the beginning of this reading? I hope not. Right, let's have a look. What's the focus for Leo, please, and thank you. It's too many. Just the one, please, and thank you. Thank you. Ace of Swords in reverse. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, opportunity is the 3 of Cups. Lovely. Your challenge, gosh, is the King of Wands. And it's also the Ace of Cups. What's bubbling at the surface for you? Now, I used to call this what you don't see coming, but I feel like it's more like what is, maybe you're putting your head in the sand about what's bubbling away in your subconscious. 4 of Cups. And then we've got advice and outcome for you, Leo. Advice and outcome for Leo, please, and thank you. Nine of Pentacles. Very drawn to the fact you got it's time to transform, and there's something here about some change going on. Recall your dreams. It's time to transform. Maybe that's what that Ace of Swords is about. Recalling your dreams, recalling your thoughts. Go back to something that you had real focus on before. That's interesting. Your opportunity is the 3 of Cups. And this for me is like you getting back to socializing. It can literally just mean there's an opportunity to meet up with friends next week, to even share this idea, if you like, going back to an idea that you had before. Clear-cut communication is also the Ace of Swords, but in reverse. Again, I just feel like there's something that you've spoken to them about in the past, maybe, and you're re-networking with them. Re-networking, if that's the word. Your challenge is the King of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Now, this King of Wands is a challenge, and somebody did question me saying, King of Wands challenge as a narcissist, that's a new one. He actually is. The King of Wands can be somebody whose intentions, I think, are good. They are very determined and they like to be in control. They like to be the leader. But that can also have a negative effect, especially when we've got the Ace of Cups as a challenge. Now, it can mean there's just not enough time to give this King of Wands your heart, if you like. The relationship is suffering here. Or it can mean that King of Wands has not shown you any love and affection. Now, the Four of Cups is what's bubbling under the surface. And you can see, I think she's sitting there thinking, is the grass greener on the other side? Do I need to do something about this? But perhaps that's just what you're doing. And you're sitting in this energy all the time of maybe you're just waiting for an opportunity and it's not coming. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, is this going to ever change? Is this ever going to, come in my favor, if you like? I need something new again. But I feel like with that Ace of Swords, they wanted you to focus on something that you had an idea about in the past. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is your advice and outcome. And this is remembering your self-worth for starters. And I know people think, oh God, that's just so cliche. But this card really is, it screams that, because this person is independently, financially independent. They've not relied on anybody. They've built their finances, if you like, their material resources over a period of time. In this deck, they don't have grapes on there, but what they like to be is recognized and to maintain that independent status too. They don't want to rely on anybody. And with all the pentacles, it's also about your value, how you value yourself. So there's like an advice card of, there's two things going on there, which is why we're going to clarify. Remember your self-worth, and advice is, I don't know, think of how independently financial you can be. Now, that doesn't mean to say you're going to leave your partner. You can still have your own nest egg, can't you? You can still have your own vision of how you want to achieve things with your partner too. Doesn't mean to say that, or with the job that you're in. It's like a real recognition there for you too. Right, Ace of Swords in reverse. Why are you here? I want you to focus on... Now, if I hadn't have got that recall your dreams, I would have said that Ace of Swords in reverse can be somebody not being truthful and honest with you. But with that recall your dreams, I really think they want you to focus on an idea that you've had in the past. Oh my gosh. I'll show you in a minute. Yeah. Wow. Okay, we've got the Star card and we've got the Sun card. Now, the Star card is about following your dreams. It's also about you being in the limelight, making things happen. It's attributed to Aquarius. For some of you, that might be relevant. But it's also about doing something that brings in healing for yourself too. It's refueling your tank. Now, when we do something that we love and we follow our dreams, that does come hand in hand, I think. When you do something you I absolutely love this. And it does, it has such, it's so fulfilling, isn't it? When you do something that you really enjoy doing. You've got the Sun card. Oh my giddy aunt. Now, you've just turned up in your own reading, Leo. And when that happens, quoting Chris from Minnow Pond Tarot, that puts you in a position of power and strength. And it allows you to get the most out of the reading. Also, with the Sun card, it's just shining a light on the whole reading for me now. Now, you've got the Three of Pentacles as your focus. Now, this is, dream work, or teamwork is the dream work, whatever that cliche is, but it truly is. And what they're saying, that maybe something that you've revisited in the past, an idea, this involved other people. Perhaps you need to go back and talk to them and see how they're doing. What are they doing in their life at the moment? This is a stonemason and he's fixing the church. He's very good at what he does. Again, there's a sense of something about being unique here in what you do and what you offer. But it's also about going to see people that perhaps are already doing this and getting some advice from them, and because, they know their trade. Three of Cups is your opportunity, yeah? And again, I feel that Three of Cups is that Three of Pentacles. They could be in a friendship group for you. They could be friends. You just think, oh, you know what? Louise down the road, she does that. I might go and have a word with her. How did she start? What, you know, what? Six of Pentacles, love. Oh my gosh, your cards are wonderful. King of Wands in reverse. Can't make that one up. There's an opportunity to reverse this situation with the King of Wands and the Hermit. I always look at what the Hermit is shining his lantern on, and it's the King of Wands in reverse. And it's like there's a within this Three of Cups, this opportunity to talk, be with people that you love. These are people that are on the same page with you. As I say, maybe they're to do with this Three of Pentacles too, that, you know, they're friends as well as colleagues. You've got the Six of Pentacles. There is something, a financial reward coming back to you. Again, I feel like there's something that you did in the past, and they're wanting you to reignite that energy, that feeling again. It's a very karmic energy. It can even mean that whatever this is, you might need to get a loan for. Now, I know that sounds very practical and grounded, but this is what the tarot is also about. It can be like you've actually applied for something and now it's coming back round to you. You know, you're getting news on some sort of financial reciprocation. You've also got the scales in that. And it's to do with balancing something out now. It's like, now's the time. Is it the time? Is it even the finances? Financially, the time is right. You've got the Hermit. Now, as an advice, the Hermit is saying you might have to leave physically where you are to do this, but it's also about introspection and going within and having a good think and reevaluating. Maybe you're in a time in your life where you think, yeah, you know, now's the time to do that. As I say, I feel like it's a big timing issue here too. Now, the Hermit is shining a lamp on the King of Wands in reverse. And it's like the King of Wands as your challenge here is now been put on its head. Things are turning around for the better. Maybe that King of Wands is part of your Three of Cups too, and the Three of Pentacles. So the challenge with that King of Wands and the Ace of Cups, yeah, I really feel like there's somebody, oh, sorry, I really feel like there's somebody who's, that's funny how the Three of Cups have come out again. Somebody who's just not getting you. I don't know. And it is that King of Wands. There could be an element of I don't want to say jealousy, but, you know, you as I say, you're perhaps not paying them enough attention. Ace of Cups, King of Wands as a challenge. Maybe you're waiting for an offer from this King of Wands and he's just not stepping up just yet. Let's have a look. The World. Yeah, there's a feeling of wanting to move on to something new. The High Priestess. And the Ten of Cups. Ooh. Very, it's just suddenly I got in my head, perhaps they don't want children. Maybe that's the issue. But the Ten of Cups as a challenge. This is sunshine and rainbows and everybody's happy, but you're not. This is King of Wands isn't. You know, maybe that's what you're hoping for, this proposal coming in, and it's just not happening. To start a family, to settle down, or to be more, you know, as a family unit, or feeling more secure, even at work. This could be. You've got the World. Like, there's something about somebody wants to move on and start something new. You know, put an end to something, but very in a positive manner. It's like, well, now it's time. The timing is right. You know, again, but there's an issue here with somebody just not seeing that. And then you've got the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is about trusting your intuition. But the High Priestess also holds information that is not yet been revealed. She can be the card of secrets. Anyway, take that how it resonates. Now, the Four of Cups is what's bubbling away. And I just feel like this cup is telling me, you're wondering, is the grass greener on the other side? You know, is this ever, you're stuck in a rut maybe. And you know things need to change. You know something's got to happen. Let's have a look. Let's clarify the Four of Cups, please, and thank you for Leo. Knight of Cups, can't make that up. Seven of Wands, and finally, Four of Swords. Yeah, I feel as well this comes around when you go to bed, and you're having downloads about it, maybe. Perhaps, I don't know, maybe you're getting some messages when you're meditating too. Oh, I don't know. It's Four of Swords. Four of Swords comes when we need rest, relaxation, and repair. Yeah, maybe there's something to repair first in order for this to move on. Something you need to deal with. You've got the Seven of Wands. And this is about setting boundaries and sticking to your guns. Maybe they're overstepping the mark. Somebody's overstepping the mark with you, and you know that you need to say something. Swords of communication too. Perhaps you're just biding your time and thinking, you know what, it'll come out, but it'll come out when I'm ready. And then you've got the Knight of Cups. And this is like, what is she dreaming of there? Is she dreaming of the Knight of Cups? Somebody coming in and sweeping her off her feet? Knowing that the potential is there too, but afraid to accept it. Have you had an offer and you're afraid to accept it? Maybe that's what this Ace of Swords was about, something that's happened to you in the past, but you're still sitting in that energy of, well, what's the point? It's not going to work. It didn't work last time. It's not going to work this time. But the Nine of Pentacles is your advice and outcome. And it's about saying, well, think about your self-worth. This could put you on an independent, on a pedestal, you know, independent pedestal, and allow you to enjoy the fruits of your labour. That's what she does, to have nice things. Now, you've got all swords, clarifying that. You could be dealing with a sword suit here, could be a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. But even so, the advice as the Six of Swords is move on. Things are getting better for you. Look at the positive side of it. You haven't come this far to swim back again. You've got to the middle of that lake. You're leaving that choppy water behind. The Knight of Swords is also, as an advice, is go with the thoughts, yeah? Put your words into action. Maybe you're procrastinating a bit. Do you have the Seven of Swords? As an advice card, this is saying perhaps you need to be a bit strategic about it, about how you go about it. And maybe, again, I'm very drawn to the fact he's tiptoeing. You might have to tiptoe around people, you know, softly, softly. I don't know, have that strategy. What is your strategy for this? Think about it, but put it into action. Again, if I didn't get that, recall your dreams. Oh, recall your dreams. You've got Four of Swords. That's what's bubbling away. Four of Swords is sleep and dreams. Trust your dreams. Again, if I didn't have that recall your dreams, and you've got the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Swords in reverse, it would definitely be somebody not being completely honest with you. Perhaps there is that side to it too, but it's not going to hold you back. You just got to be strategic about it. So we're going to finish your reading on Ask and It Is Given cards. Now, these are by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Now, as you probably know, if you watch my channel, I do love Abraham. She's called Abraham Hicks. She's called Esther Hicks, sorry, but she channels Abraham, and some wonderful philosophical conversations are on YouTube that I listen to every single morning, and it just raises your vibration for the day. As I've said before, by, I don't know, 10 o'clock, and I've started work for an hour, yes, that I might drop again, but I know that the next morning I can get back into that vibration by listening to these guys. And they have cards, and it's called, these are affirmations. So they've got the affirmation on the front, and on the back is an explanation of how you can achieve it. So it's not me being really clever and telling you how you can achieve it. I'm just reading the back of the card. And this is what's lovely about these cards. You can do the same. Nobody well, to be fair, anybody can read tarot too. I'll be honest with you. You just have to dedicate and get the feel of the cards. But with these cards, anybody can do it. So maybe you need to invest in something. But it says, my greatest gift to give is my happiness. Now, yeah, you're thinking, you know, what is this all about? But this is what raises your vibration. The greatest gift that you could ever give is your own happiness. When you are in a state of joy or appreciation, you are connected to the stream of source energy that is truly who you are. And anything or anyone that you are holding as your object of attention benefits from your attention. What a lovely card. And they're so simple. Look at the illustrations. Beautiful. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that, Leo. Thank you so much for watching. I do not know why, but I have got Cancer literally embedded in my brain, the zodiac sign of Cancer. So I do feel like there's a strong connection with the zodiac sign of Cancer too. So I just want to point that out in case, because I have a horrible feeling that I've said Cancer throughout this. But anyway, I do hope not. And if I did, please forgive me. We are only human. But thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next week.